to the Sahara Desert?
A, B, and C.
All right, good job. So the desert has little to no rainfall. Correct. We learned about that yesterday, right? So they don't have any precipitation. The Sahara has a very small population. Why?
Due to the climate.
Huh?
Due to the climate.
Okay. Due to the climate.
It's very
Why?
dry and dry.
So extreme temperatures and it being dry cause people do not want to stay there, right? And what else? We said people stay around what? Water, right? So if you in the desert, it's hot and dry, you don't have access to what? Water. So that's why it causes a very small population. Also, the dry desert climate leads to little population. So that's what Fonda was just saying. All right, good job. Number 2. Right here.
C, desertification.
Good. The process of land becoming like a desert due to deforestation and drought is desertification. So when you're in the process of becoming like a desert, there's desertification. So we talked about the Sahel yesterday, right? So the Sahel is starting to become a desert. So now they refer to it as the Sahel Desert. All right. So now it's starting to look more like the Sahara. All right. So it's a couple things on here that we have not covered. What is deforestation? Give me a hand. What is it sound? Deforestation.
Where it has it has rainfall.
I heard it, but I didn't see a hand. Right here. Good. So deforestation is when a forest is being taken away, right? So they're doing to environmental. So if the climate is what's causing the forest to go away, or people chopping down trees and stuff like that, human can cause the forest to go away. So that's deforestation when you take it away from the forest. What is famine? Who have heard famine?
Food. We ain't got no food.
Say it again.
We ain't got no food.
Food, yeah. So famine is the lack of food. So if you're in an area where people don't have eat, they don't have resources to food, there's famine. So you see people saying, okay, we're in a famine now. We're in a famine season. So that means there's not many resources to eat off of. Also, there's also like drought. But what is drought?
When you have
No water.
No.
All right, so drought is no water, famine is no food. All right? And then we talked about desertification. What about erosion? Y'all might have heard of that in science.
Like
Go ahead.
rocks crumble up or something.
Okay. Jay, let's go.
When water,
Of course, it's
breaks
rocks
away,
and it breaks.
it breaks down the rock.
Good. So when the soil erodes, can you still use it for planting and stuff like that? No. All right, so when the soil erodes, it's bad for like having crops and stuff like that. So when you see soil erosion, you don't see as much vegetation.
What Jay is that?
Okay. So you said when it breaks down in the soil. All right, class, one on 3. 1, 2, 3.
I am different, I am unique, therefore I win.
All right, again, so this is our homework that we do Monday. So those 3 things again, right? So you write a letter to the British government asking for reasons for independence, the role of Pan-Africanism, and then why nationalism is important. All right, review of economic systems. Economic systems. Go ahead.
Market mix traditional and command.
Good job. Market mix, traditional command. What is specialization?
To focus on something you're good at.
Good. Voluntary trade. When both countries play the game, what is free trade? Trade without trade barriers. What are the 3 trade barriers?
Quota, tariff, and embargo.
Quota, tariff, and embargo. What's a quota?
Limit.
Limit. What's a tariff?
Tax.
Tax. What's an embargo?
Stop trade off.
Stop trade altogether. What are the 4 factors of production? Mathemato.
Entrepreneur, human capital, and natural resources.
Natural resources. Good job. Out of South Africa, Kenya, Nigeria, which one has the highest GDP? Which one has the lowest GDP?
Nigeria.
What is GDP, Jay?
The value of, no, the total value of goods and services produced in 1 year.
Awesome. All right, what are the 4 major ethnic groups in Africa? Ruth. Bantu, good job. All right, Swahili, Arab, Ashanti, Bantu. 3 major religions in Africa. Devontae. Good job. What is imperialism?
When a strong country dominates a weaker country.
When a strong country dominates a weaker country. What is partitioning? Partitioning. When I partition something, what does that mean, Steph? If I divide it up, good. So European partition is when Europe divided up Africa. What is the Berlin Conference? Right.
14 European countries came, plus the United States, came to have a conversation about
Good. 14 European countries plus the United States in 1884 came to see how they were going to draw the artificial boundaries in Africa. Who gets what part of Africa? Pan-Africanism.
The movement for the freedom.
Good, so it was a movement of people of a common heritage, right? They came together to push for their freedom in Africa. What about nationalism? Go ahead.
We have 5 countries.
When you have pride in your country, good job. What are the 4 biomes in Africa? What are the 4 biomes in Africa?
Sahara, Sahel, tropical rainforest.
In the savannah. So the Sahara, Sahel, tropical rainforest, and savannah. Out of those 4 biomes, which one has the highest population? Which one has the highest population, the most amount of people?
The tropical rainforest.
Close. Right.
Savannah.
The savannah. So the savannah has the highest amount of people, then the tropical rainforest, then the Sahel, and then the Sahara. Sahara has the least amount of people. All right?
Do they even have people?
They do. So let's talk about the people that live there are nomads, right? So those people that walk from place to place. All right, so these are your 2 hook questions. Go ahead and get those down silently for me. What is the problem going on in the Sahel region of Africa? What is the solution that people have produced to save the Sahel? So what are the problems and the solutions?
He said you can.
So can you do homework on PowerPoint?
Yes. All right, so what are the problems going on in the Sahel region in Africa? Then what is the solution that people have come up with to save the Sahel? I see a few people running, so we'll wait. Question. All right, so while the video's on, I'm miles away.
This is the Sahel. Thousands of kilometers of dry, arid earth.
So dry and arid mean the same
An
thing.
ancient battleground between man and the desert. Bordering the Sahara, desert sands are silently engulfing the region, destroying fertile land and displacing vulnerable communities in the process. But there are those fighting back. These are unlikely heroes, men and women at the forefront of the Green Revolution, who may just secure the future livelihoods of millions. Colonel Papa Wally Gay leads the fight against desertification in northern Senegal.
Je suis le directeur général de l'Agence nationale de l'agroalimentaire au niveau du Sénégal. On est effectivement vraiment au cœur de la grande muraille verte dans son segment Sénégal qui fait 545 km. Vous voyez les plantations qui sont autour sont des plantations qui datent de l'année 2010.
Trees are the first line of defense against desertification. Stretching from Dakar to Djibouti, the Great Green Wall Initiative is an ambitious project that aims to halt desertification by planting 11 million hectares of trees across the width of Africa.
Oui, au Sénégal, nous sommes un pays très exposé au phénomène de la désertification, puisque nous avons à peu près 35 000 hectares qui sont dégradés par an, et sur lesquels l'État n'arrive à reconstruire que 30 000 hectares. Donc, l'effort du gouvernement du Sénégal, c'est de faire plus de reconstruction que de dégradation.
Reducing that degradation is crucial to improving the lives of these semi-nomadic communities that live in this harsh environment. Ibrahima Diawara, the principal of the local school, has witnessed how the loss of land drives poverty, unemployment, and forced migration.
L'école a ouvert ses portes après, quelques années après, l'école a été obligée de fermer. Bon, le problème majeur ici, c'est la transhumance. Vous voyez avec le problème, c'est l'arbre qui est l'exigence. Puisque puis ici, les populations, ils ont plus leur priorité, c'est dans les animaux. Maintenant, et les enfants sont obligés d'être avec leurs parents. Nous aussi, on n'a pas les moyens de retenir les enfants. Bon, c'est ça. Maintenant, vu cela, l'école a été fermée. La dernière fois que l'école a été fermée, c'était en 2006.
The Sahel has always been a hard place to survive, and the Green Wall Initiative has expanded from tree planting to include education and action on better land use.
Donc il faut dire ici qu'au Sénégal, je crois que c'est comme dans les autres pays africains, la cause principale c'est l'action de l'homme. C'est les hommes qui détruisent plus que ce qu'ils ne construisent. On coupe beaucoup d'arbres, on brûle la forêt et on ne laisse pas grand-chose. Ça c'est un. Deuxième cause principale, c'est les changements climatiques. Il n'y a plus assez de pluie, il fait très chaud et le milieu se dégrade. Ça aussi c'est un constat.
The Sahel lies between the Sahara and the African savanna. It is one of the most threatened regions when it comes to climate change. But some communities, like the women in this village, have found a way to fight back.
They're moving on into solutions.
Maimouna Sen commands respect, quietly leading an environmental revolution. Her army, a band of women. Their weapons, spades and hoes. The women of Koili Alpha are pioneering new approaches to land use. They're preparing arable land for planting season. By harvest, this community will enjoy fruits and vegetables never grown here before. The women's agricultural production has boosted food security and generated employment. Their success has meant that instead of migrating to find new pastures for their animals, they can stay in the village all year round.
Sabu walli amen ɗo kam min jahanno ko ɗumaji goɗɗi min jeeri yo rujumaji Allah walli amen ha ɗum kam kala ko min mbaɗa ñamde amen ɗo min mbaɗa min en mbaɗanta koye amen feewi min koccete hen idan min jahanno min coodo e rujumaji so min gaddi ñolata min ganda ko ɗum mbara joni o ɗo kam sa min en mbaɗanta koye amen min ñaam hen ha min kaari cukalani amen ñaam hen.
Cette grande muraille a permis de permettre aux animaux qui étaient là de revenir, puisque l'habitat est reconstitué. Nous avons maintenant des oiseaux, des animaux qu'on ne voyait pas depuis 20 ans, depuis 40 ans même, et qui sont en train de revenir. Mais la population aussi a gagné beaucoup dans ces impacts, puisque comme vous le voyez, je le disais hier, les éleveurs ne vont plus en transhumance, les enfants restent et les marche mieux.
Now more than 142 children are enrolled in Ibrahima's school, and he is proud to help them develop and grow to give something back to the community.
Il n'y a personne, par exemple, de la localité qui est dans le personnel administratif, les agents de l'État qui sont là. Donc, on veut que notre espoir, c'est que demain, dans un futur très proche, que ces enfants-là puissent occuper nos postes à nous.
Papa Gay believes the battle to reclaim the lands of the Sahel is one he and the community he serves can win.
Moi, j'étais dans l'armée, mais je me suis arrêté au lycée. Mais maintenant, aujourd'hui, mon expérience de stratégie d'armée est transformée non pas pour attaquer, mais pour contourner.
If the world continues to do little to reverse the effects of man-made climate change, the battle with the desert will intensify. The successful start of the Great Green Wall Initiative in Senegal provides a valuable lesson for other vulnerable communities across the continent.
Let me get some hands. Number one, what is the problem going on in the Sahel region of Africa? Let's go right to Simeon.
Like, desertification, like we can't grow crops because there's no water.
Okay, so desertification is a big problem, right? So they have no water, so Sahel is slowly becoming a desert. Why is it slowly becoming a desert? Why are they suffering from desertification?
Climate change.
Climate change is one reason, right? So the extremely hot temperatures is causing the land to become a desert. What other thing they talk about? Man-made climate change. So how is humans creating desertification in Sahel? Go ahead.
They're cutting down trees and burning them down.
Good. So they cut down trees and they burn down trees. So these things that usually protect you from climate change, that block out the sun, the trees, they cutting those down, right? So that makes climate change, that makes it hotter when you cut down those trees, right? So you asked a good question. Why would people start cutting down trees? So they know that if I cut down a tree, they're taking my shelter, they're taking my food, they're taking my land, they're taking my vegetation, they're taking all these things that's gonna help me live. Why am I cutting them down? Why are people still cutting down trees?
So they can make money off.
Good. That's the thing. So people can make money. So if I cut down the trees, I sell these logs and all these resources, I make money, right? So a lot of people, they'll risk people's lives so they can make money. So that's way of two worlds, right? So some people they don't care about everybody else. I don't care about their people's lives, as long as I can make me some money, right? So that's why a lot of people are cutting down the trees. All right, so we got desertification, we got drought, so that means no food, no shelter, we got climate change. I think I talked about everything. So they're cutting down the trees, right? Cutting down the trees in the land. So what are some solutions they came up with? Right here.
Planting trees when it comes to fruit and cutting all the dead grass, crops.
Good, so they're planting new trees. They're restoring old trees, right? They're cutting down grass so they can produce more crops, right, in their land that used to be arid. They also started something else. What else? And they showed at school.
Like poor, people poor.
So that's a problem, right? So people, they go into poverty and then forced migration and stuff like that. So they're forced to move out the land because of desertification. So that's a part of the problem. So another solution, when they was in their class, what are they talking about? What's the school for?
Like teaching them how to grow plants.
Good. So the school is to help to save the environment, right? So they said we teach these kids how to save the environment. They'll grow up, want to teach others. So everybody can go on the same project of trying to make the area better, right? The environment better. Good job. Question. Hand for the standard. Go ahead.
SS7G3. Explain the impact of location, climate, and physical characteristics on population distribution in Africa. A. Explain how the characteristics in the Sahara, Sahel, Savannah, and tropical rainforests impact trade and affect where people live.
Go ahead and read the
Look at all these hands.
Students will be able to evaluate the importance of Sahara, Sahel, Savannah, and the tropical rainforest
Occupations. Occupations, that's job.
Occupation, and their means of trouble.
Good, so basically just taking out where these 4 biomes, right? How these 4 biomes affect where citizens live, occupations, and their means of travel. So for example, we just learned about the Sahel, right? The problems going on in the Sahel. So that's gonna affect citizens live, right? Are many people gonna wanna move to the Sahel or leave the Sahel? Leave the Sahel because of what's going on with the climate change increasing, right? And then the humans making it worse, people are more likely to leave this area. So when they say where citizens live, we know they're not gonna start living in the Sahel, they're gonna live in areas that are more hospitable than we talked about yesterday, right? All right, their jobs, what kind of jobs would they have because of the region? What's going on?
Farming.
Planting, farming.
Country.
So there was a job.
Picking, I mean, like in the field, that type of stuff.
Pneumatic herding.
Like picking out the grass and stuff to plant crops.
Good, planting crops. Also, what about, go ahead. Teaching, right? So those education programs they started, so they're gonna need people to do those jobs to teach them about how to save the environment. Good job. And also that means the travel, right? If it's super hot and all the roads are dry, cracked up, it won't allow for people to drive like cars on normal roads, right? So you gotta drive, you gotta travel. That's why we're seeing like camels, right? Walking and stuff like that. So their transportation is affected by their environment. All right. All right, so a couple vocabulary words. I'm gonna say the word you repeat the word, I say the definition. Evaluate.
Evaluate.
To decide the value or worth after study. Explain.
Explain.
To make something clear by describing in more detail. Biomes.
Biomes.
Scientists divide the world into large natural areas. Hot or cold, rain or snow, climate. Nomad.
Nomad.
People who travel from one location to another. Oasis.
Oasis.
A small place in the desert where trees can grow. The Sahara.
Sahara.
The world's largest desert. Covering most of northern Africa. The Sahel.
Sahara.
Region in which desertification is spreading south from the Sahara. Savannah.
Savannah.
Land with rolling grassland and scattered trees and shrubs. Subsistence farming.
Subsistence farming.
Farming to grow just enough food to survive. Tropical rainforest.
Tropical rainforest.
About 90% of West African coastal rainforests have been deforested because of logging, road building, and poor farming. All right, your learning targets. Explain what biomes are and how they affect where people live. Explain how the characteristics in the Sahara, Sahel, Savannah, and tropical rainforest impact trade and affect where people live. All right, so go ahead on your put notes. This is notes day 2. Notes/close question. Question. Yep. So with our notes, during the reading, all right, we're going to take down the main idea of each paragraph. All right, so it's broken down by paragraph. We're going to take down for our notes the main idea of each paragraph. All right. So I'm going to call on somebody to read, and then I'll call on somebody to tell me what the main idea of that paragraph was, and we'll copy that down. Okay? So expectation during the reading. I should only hear who?
The reader.
The reader. When we write, I should hear what?
The reader.
When we write, I should hear what?
Oh, no, talk silence.
Good. All right, so everybody know the expectation. Okay. Go ahead, Mahogany. First one.
Okay. The continent of Africa has a distinct place in human history. It is thought that Homo sapiens, the scientific word for humans, originated in this continent. Africa is the second largest continent in the world, bordered by the Mediterranean Sea, the Red Sea, the Indian Ocean, and the Atlantic Ocean. It is divided almost in half by the equator that passes through its middle. Africa is home to more countries than any other continent on Earth.
All right, so what's the main idea in that paragraph? So what was that paragraph mostly about? This ELA integration. Right here.
What is called? Physical features of
Oh, so yeah. So with the main idea, you're taking it directly from the paragraph, right? So you're giving me topic, which is good. So I want the main idea. So which sentence is that whole paragraph talking about? So the main idea, all the other sentences are gonna be supporting that one sentence. Right here.
Africa is home to more countries than any other continent on Earth.
Good job. That's it. So you're gonna copy that sentence down. Africa is home to more countries than any other continent on Earth. Okay. So usually a good hint. Main idea is found in the first, usually found in the first sentence or the last sentence. Yeah.
Africa is home to many countries. What is it?
The last sentence.
I thought you said that's it.
thought that there were three major human migration movements that contributed to the populating Africa. The first group of African people were believed to have come from Asia and Europe. It is believed that after this first movement, groups from these areas migrated into southeastern direction, spreading across the continent. The last large movement of people came via the slave trade. In slave trade, millions of slaves were from Central Africa, North Africa, and European colony of South Africa.
Right, what was the main idea?
I don't know what main, go ahead.
It is through that there were three major human migration movements that contributed to populating Africa.
Alright, so that's the main idea, but I don't want y'all to write it down. What I do want y'all to write in this one is those movements. Or the first and the last movement that they said, okay?
What?
So the first movement they said was the first group from these migrated. Where we at? Oh, my bad. The first group is believed to have come from Asia and Europe. So that's the first thing. Alright. And then the last large movement came via the slave trade. So you're gonna get the first group that's come from Asia and Europe, and then the last movement came from the slave trade. All right. Yeah. So you got the first movement. This sentence right here. The first group of African people believed to come from Asia and Europe, and then the last large movement of people came via slave trade. But you can read. I'm gonna get some time to see if you can write. All right, go ahead, Clay.
There are many factors that contribute to how an area becomes populated. One such factor is geography. An area's location combined with its accessibility to people and markets can impact its population in a lot of ways. In Africa, between the years 1400 and 1900, 4 different ongoing slave trades led to the forced migration of many as 18 million people. For African people fleeing the slave trade over the centuries, the rural terrain, in certain parts of Africa was an advantage. Raids occurred throughout the continent with capture and enslavement being the primary goal. Hills and mountains made good lookout posts, and they concealed places like caves and other hiding places for those trying to escape. Countries with flatter terrain lost much of their population to the raiders, who were better able to capture those who led nowhere to hide.
All right, so give me a hand. Where's the main idea of that passage? What you got?
Countries with terrain.
Terrain.
Terrain lost their population to raiders who were better able to capture those who had nowhere to hide.
Okay, so that would be a detail of what the main idea is. Okay, so that's a detail.